Welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking you off the beaten path to Lilydale, New York, the world's largest spiritualist community located in western New York along the shores of Cassadaga Lake. This little village in western New York has been around since 1879 when it was founded as a summer camp for spiritualists. Back in the day, basically the whole spiritualism movement got started in this region with people trying to communicate with the dead through mediums and seances. It's cool stuff. Today, Lilydale is home to about 275 residents, but every summer the place turns into a bustling hub for mediums, psychics, spiritualists who come to give readings, lead workshops, and connect with the spirit realm. The town is full of Victorian cottages, each one cuter than the next, and the whole place just has super unique vibes. We'll walk through the historic district and I'll show you some of the highlights, like the supernatural themed shops, old growth forest, the oldest pet cemetery in the United States, and other awesome sights. We'll even stop in at Leland Woods and see if we can sense any ghostly presences. So come along for a chill tour of this quirky little town they call City of Light. It's a one-of-a-kind place with a vibe you gotta feel for yourself. Hit subscribe and let's get started. First, let's talk about Spiritualist. Spiritualists follow the religion of Spiritualism, which revolves around communication with spirits and the afterlife. Their core belief is that human souls continue to exist after physical death. Most spiritualists believe in God or a higher power, but their beliefs are non-dogmatic and open to interpretation. Spiritualist services involve prayer, song, healing rituals, readings by mediums, and other attempts to make contact with the spirit world. The focus of spiritualism is on personal spiritual growth through mediumship, healing, and the channeling of spirits. Connecting with departed loved ones is important. Spiritualists do not adhere to strict text or doctrines. Science and free thinking are encouraged to understand spiritual concepts. Spiritualists are connected to nature and to their environment. Within the old-growth forest at Lilydale, there are 14 different species of old-growth trees. This makes Leland Woods one of the highest number of tree varieties within New York State. According to the sign at the forest entrance, it has never been cut or cultivated, allowing for a full life cycle of all living things. Spiritualists know that living things are all connected and contribute to the future generations of life. According to Lilydale lore, the Leland Woods are inhabited by fairies, spirits, and magic. Many visitors come to meditate or to connect spiritually. Lilydale is home to the oldest known pet cemetery in the United States. The cemetery sits at the old-growth forest of Leland Woods and is located at the rear of the assembly on the path to Inspiration Stump. Our respectful walk through the pet cemetery found numerous markers for beloved pets of all species, including a horse. The cemetery was created in 1900, where during that winter, a horse named Topsy tragically fell through the frozen Cassadaga Lake while hauling ice blocks out for later use in the warmer months. Topsy was later recovered and buried in Leland Woods, and soon after, others began to memorialize their beloved pets in the same area. Pets are no longer being buried at the cemetery, however the path and grounds are still well maintained. In 2012, the Lilydale Pet Remembrance was created as a way to honor and pay tribute to all beloved pets buried in the cemetery. Inspiration Stump is located in the Leland Woods Old Growth Forest and is a meeting place and outdoor church for meditation, self-reflection, group medium readings. The location is supposed to help open your spiritual energy to flow and provide inspiration. The day we visited, we were the only ones there and found it to be very peaceful. The Lilydale Museum is located in a one-room former schoolhouse at the corner of East and Library Streets, across from the Healing Temple. Unfortunately, when we were there, it was closed. However, inside you are transported into the early days of spiritualism and the founding of Lilydale with photos, artifacts, and other displays. The Healing Temple opened in 1955 as a place for all to come and renew their energies. The building was built by Louis Fosberg after a healing took place by T.J. Kelly, a healer and medium serving at Lilydale. The prayer ribbon tree is outside the healing temple. Each ribbon on the tree is a request for a spiritual healing in memory or in honor of loved ones. Ribbons can be for a person or a pet. There are several other churches at Lilydale, as this is a spiritualist community. Services run year-round for most churches. Lilydale has their own general store called the Bargain Shop, and it has all your spiritualist needs. Also on the grounds in the summer is an outdoor cafe and picnic area. We walk the streets of Lilydale and admire the turn-of-the-century architecture of these 18th and 19th century homes, several of which are on the National Historic Registry. Many of the residents have intricate displays in their yards, all of which invite you to relax and enjoy the love and effort that went into them. One of our favorites was the Elf House, constructed out of an old tree stump. There are numerous parks, and many have different themes. There are several bed and breakfasts within Lilydale if you would like to stay on site for the full experience. I would recommend checking with Airbnb and other online reservation services for availability. The Maplewood Hotel is a historic hotel that was built in 1877 and is located right in the heart of Lilydale. We also found the Jewel of the Lake, a quaint bed and breakfast hosted by a Lilydale resident and medium. For the budget traveler, there are a couple of campgrounds in and around Lilydale that offer tent and RV sites. Lilydale's peak season is in the summer, so book your accommodations well in advance, and keep in mind most hotels and B&Bs have a 2-night minimum stay. And that wraps up our tour of the one and only Lilydale, New York. What did you think of this little spiritualist town? Pretty wild, right? Let me know in the comments if you've ever been to a place like this before. Be sure to hit the like button if you've enjoyed this video, and consider subscribing to the channel for more adventures in unique spots off the beaten path. We will be posting new videos every week, so hit that notification bell if you don't want to miss out on the next one. Thanks so much for coming along on this trip. I had a blast exploring Lilydale with you all. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the wonders of the world. We'll see ya.